So the first topic is the box office outlook for the Marvels and the Hunger Games prequel. So the box office for Marvels, currently the domestic total is at 57.6 million with 120.5 million worldwide. That's made 2.8 million in its second Friday, which is an 87% drop, and its budget is 275 million, but it comes down to 225 million because they took a subsidy. The Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Its Friday opening was around about 19 million. Deadline has it reported for the whole weekend around 44 to 46 million. Box Office Pro has it at 47.1 million, and its budget is 100 million. So, guys, what are your thoughts on these two movies' box office?
Well, the Marvels, by the time it came out, we all saw it coming. But, I saw the opening weekend kind of, a couple weeks away being that bad. I didn't see the second weekend being this bad. 2.8 million on a second Friday. That's nuts. You can go back to those other Marvel movies that 2.8 is like their fourth Thursday.
Yeah.
And this is just insane. 120 million worldwide through a week. That's terrible. You'll have so much movies that for in the MCU like Black Panther, Doctor Strange, they make more than that 3 days just the domestic market. Yeah. Captain Marvel opening weekend in the domestic market was like 160 or 150 to 160, somewhere around that. So it hasn't even made back that as well. It's got a long way to go. Where it goes, it's going to be a very interesting one. I imagine a very, very sharp drop this weekend, maybe around 70%, looking around like the Ant-Man kind of territory. So maybe around. Yeah, I think you'll be looking around 14 million for a second weekend there. And then I think it will stabilize from there on out. Maybe heading toward, it might even struggle to get to 100 million.
Shit.
Domestically. It might struggle. I think you're looking around 110 million domestically. Worldwide, you're probably looking at around 130, 140. It's not making back budget. Oh, it might make back the budget, plus the subsidy and all that.
Well, it might make back the production budget. And not the marketing budget.
Not the marketing budget, not the break-even point.
I think regardless of whether or not it makes it that, it's going to be losing money if you include the marketing budget. Easily be losing money. Because I think, what was it? Endgame needed some absurd amount of, its real budget was horrendous. If you include the marketing.
I think it's like 400 million production budget.
Yeah, and then it was something like 400 million or 500 million.
It would be something like that.
Marketing.
So I'd need like 1.5, 1.6 to break even.
Yeah.
Clear that by a mile.
Yeah. But the fact that Hunger Games is toe to toe with Captain Marvel and it's on a budget of 100 million.
Yeah.
Compared to Captain Marvel's, I like to talk about its real budget. I don't like talking about the subsidy because we can talk about the subsidy when it turns about money earned, but when it comes down to the movie itself, how much did it cost to produce? It cost 275 million.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you're looking at nearly 3x cost, and it's toe to toe with Hunger Games, which is just
crazy.
That's just crazy. That's
crazy. And it's also surprising because the Marvels is obviously part of the MCU. You got in a Wonder Vision connection somehow. You got a Miss Marvel connection, and obviously Captain Marvel coming off a $1 billion movie and extra exposure in Endgame and such. And then you got a Hunger Games prequel about President Snow, the character that you don't think deserves a story at all. Who's that character? I forgot. So why are people going back?
And considering the last Hunger Games movie we saw was almost 10 years ago as well. So it's fresh out of everyone's minds, not in their minds.
And the thing with the Hunger Games, the first two people loved and really enjoyed. The last two people really mild on, and I think even the last one didn't make much money at all because people they checked out of it because the part 1 and part 2 thing didn't work for that series.
Yeah.
So it is very surprising them going toe to toe. I think Hunger Games will be below both of these predictions. I would say around, maybe 40 million at the end of the day. But I think in the long run, I think it's going to do more than the Marvels. be interesting to see what other movies come up. Napoleon might even go after the Marvels in terms of total box office. Wish will definitely have a chance in there.
Yeah, and then you get into all the December releases as well.
Yeah.
When does Wish release officially?
Next week for the Americans and a Boxing Day, December 26th for us.
Okay, so it's going to chew into the Marvel's box office as well,
Yeah.
even more so.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a good sign.
It's not looking good. Yeah, like I said, a couple potties back, the Marvels and the Flash are going head to head for the biggest flop of the year. I don't know which one will win.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Cool. The next one, and